This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Cabo Jim Schaller.
Welcome, good neighbors, to episode number 148 of the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. Today we have Wayne from That One Painter with us. Wayne, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate what you do for the community, Jim. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to get to know people and what they do and, what they do around the community here. So without further delay, why don't we just jump right in, and why don't you share a little bit about what you do?
Well, obviously you're introducing me as Wayne from That One Painter. We are that one painter that you need for all your painting services down here. We're a new franchise in Naples. We bring to the table more than other companies do, just for the simple fact of the service we're going to provide. We want to one-up everyone else. We're going to come into your home. We're going to raise the value in your home. If you're going to sell your home, we're going to put a good paint job could put more money into their pocket as far as the homeowner and the real estate agent, for that matter. It brings up the value. And being in Naples, it's a high maintenance location, just being in South Florida. Yeah. And we have to protect all our investments. Your home is a very big investment. And by painting it, that gives it the protection. I mean, you don't think about it, but when you buy a car, you have a very detailed coat of paint on that car for it to last. And then when it doesn't, you see how it is. So I'm bringing a different kind of a service down here with the painting where we actually care.
Yep. And it increases that perceived value. And, like you said, it just, it makes a difference.
It's in the data. I mean, from what I know, you can, if you give your home a new paint job, and you're going to sell it, you can sell it for at least 5% more than you were asking for in the beginning. That's a nice little chunk of change extra in your pocket. That's from a paint job. The investment, you can't come. I mean, it's definitely worth the investment. Real estate agents do it, and then they make money selling the home for more money, so they like it. Homeowners buying, even if they don't like your color, when they buy the home, if it's got a new paint job, they're not thinking, "Oh, I got to spend money and get it painted right away."
Right.
I can live with it like this, and then when I want to do whatever, we'll get it painted. But when they see a horrible paint job in there, and they're buying the house, and then they got to, I got to get this done to it. I got to do this to it. It's a little bit harder to move that. But
yeah, it's a difference when you got to paint it to make it livable.
Yes, I mean you'd be surprised what I've run into. But definitely it helps. And a lot of people, there's a little friendly competition in neighborhoods. They want to one up their neighbor. So nice, good, fresh paint job, changing the trim, highlighting this, highlighting that, does that.
Absolutely.
So, it's just something that helps.
So let's dive into your story a little bit. How did you become that one painter?
Wow. Flipped the script of my life, pretty much. COVID came around and changed up what I did because I was in the music industry and business. I am an audio engineer by trade, and I used to own a couple of recording studios before all this, and I actually built my studios. So I have the experience in the construction, the pre-wiring, the audio, the tech. So I have experience in that. Once this came along with COVID, so much for all the live events, a lot of that stuff sort of went to the wayside. And I started looking for other opportunities. I started managing in a pool company, and then I became a fleet manager. And my partner offered me this option when I was leaving that company. And that's what it was. It's a good model to do. It's something I can give back to the community. We have a thing that corporate does where it's a painted forward project that caught my eye very, very much. Actually, I think that might have been the selling point when I bought the franchise, because we're able to give back to the community. And I believe I owe this community because they helped me raise 3 great boys, so.
That is great.
Yeah.
So you mentioned some challenges, obviously shifting gears and getting into a new career. Have there been been any challenges or obstacles since you started the business on the business side of things to get to where you are today?
Always, there's always challenges. If there wouldn't be challenges, I don't think we'd people would push through and make it as far as they do. I mean, a challenge is an opportunity. You just got to look at it differently. But there is probably the biggest challenge is the painting perception. People think about paint and painters. Um, and they don't want to be put out for it, and it really doesn't matter, and things like that. And that's one of the challenges is having people understand how important it is to protect their investments, whether it's your home, a business, you need to paint your businesses, you need to protect all that. So that's been pretty much a challenge, is letting people know that how important it is and how much the paint has come. The paint is not the same paint that our parents and grandparents used to use. It's a lot different now. They have actual smart paints on the market. So it's a challenge to let people know about, painting. I think that's one of the biggest challenges.
So talking about new technologies, are there things that are trending maybe in the industry now or changed?
Yes. I mean, everybody back in the day was oil based. Paint everything oil, your cabinets, your woods, everything had this oil based thing. They've had to change a lot of that. I mean, the EPA has changed the way paints are being made. They've taken lead out, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, they what we do now, what they have now is our hybrids. They're acrylic latex. And you don't have the smell of the oil and all that. That's harmful to you. And yet you still keep the durability and the look. So there's paints for the exterior of the house that when it rains, it actually washes all the dirt, rinse. If you have bugs on it, it's called rain refresh. So every time it rains on your house, it literally cleans it. That's
Nice.
one. There's they have interior paints that actually sanitize and continue to sanitize that after you let's say you lean on it with your hand, uh after I believe it's around 7 minutes or so, it's already killed about 98% of the bacteria that was put on there and things.
Wow.
We used that on a house we did for a painted forward project for a cancer patient. So that helps people with pets. There's an air purifying one that continues to purify. So if you have pets in the home, you can put this paint and it helps to continue to purify the air, not just cover up the scent. So they're coming a long way with a lot of different things now.
Absolutely. Technology, it's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is.
So you mentioned you came from the other coast of Florida. Are you from Florida originally?
Born in New York, raised in Dade County.
Okay.
I'll put it to you that way. I don't remember New York. I came down here when I was in diapers. So I was raised in the Miami area, a place called Hialeah in Dade County. Went to Hialeah High and all that. And I stayed there between Dade County and Broward County, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. That's where I had the studios and had my past life. And then when my boys were old enough to go to school, I wanted to do a little bit something better for them. So Naples, here I come. And
Right.
that was it.
Come
Moved
to
over here
the
about 2007 and raised my boys over here. I'd always been coming over here, vacationing, visiting, had friends over here, but made the permanent jump in 2007.
very nice. And we love it over here.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes.
So outside of work, I know, what you do is demanding and you probably don't have too much free time, especially with kids as well too. But what do you enjoy doing outside of work?
Is work a bad answer?
Right. More
Because
work.
it seems
More
like
work.
what I'm doing,
Right.
they say work hard, play hard. I don't play that hard. I do try to clear my head. So I ride a motorcycle. I've named my motorcycle my therapist.
We all
So,
need that. We all need one.
whenever I have a chance, I see my therapist. Sometimes this might sound a little wrong, but sometimes I ride my therapist.
All right.
I ride my therapist. It's to get out there, clear your head. Of course, I'm not riding in the middle of traffic through downtown Fort Myers.
Right. Yep.
I'll head out towards the Glades or something, and that to people that might not be fun, but to me that's a way to get away. I enjoy it. It clears your head.
Disconnect a little bit is what
Yes,
you do.
when you got that fresh air and the sun right on your face, you're not trapped even with the four doors of a car. There's a big difference, and it gives me a refresh. That's my refresh. That's my reset.
Absolutely. Love it. So is there anything that maybe our listeners aren't aware of that you do that maybe they should be?
Well, so some in the painting, we have 16 services we provide on all underneath our that one painter. We do the residential, we'll do the commercial properties, we do your interior, we do your exterior, but we also do cabinetry for your kitchen, your bathroom vanities. If anybody out there has been out to price cabinetry and vanities, everything's through the roof. And it'd be a lot better, a lot cheaper for you to paint it. We come in and we do a different process where we sand it all down, we prime it, and then we sand even the primer down.
Wow.
To do it. Yeah, so it comes out with a level finish. It's the way it should be done. We don't have to use those oil bases like I told you before. We use a urethane, so you don't have that smell. So that's a big service. Some people don't know, but we do popcorn ceiling removal. We do wallpaper removal. We'll do deck staining and fences. So we work on that. We work on metal tanks. People have water reverse osmosis systems outside and have things like that. We can paint those tanks for you because everything out here gets beat up. We're in beautiful Southwest Florida.
Yes, that sun is brutal.
Yes, it is. And you also have, you have salt spray. You have different kind of, when it rains, it all depends which direction the rain comes from.
Yeah.
What kind of water you're getting, either from the Everglades or from out here in the Gulf. It makes a difference.
Absolutely. Good point. That's a great point. So how would our listeners go about contacting you if they had any questions, needed anything color change, painted?
Yeah, anything from fixing a couple holes in the wall, because we do stucco and drywall repair also. So we could fix them with that, but they can contact me directly. My phone number is 301-8163. Of course, that's a 239 number, 301-8163. You can follow us at That One Painter Naples on Facebook. You can find us on the web, That One Painter, and location would be Naples. Google search us. We're there. The symbol number one painter. It's that simple.
Love it. Thank you, Wayne. Any last words for our listeners?
For everybody and for you, thank you very much for giving me this time. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate what you do for the community, Jim. Everybody out there needs to know that also.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you for being such a good neighbor. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I hope to see you out in the neighborhood soon.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com, or call 239-296-2621.